Justin, what is it? Nobody wants to be a waitress, a lifeguard, a construction guy for the summer?
Well, it's a bunch of reasons, and it's been this really sharp decline from about 2000. One is just that summers are shorter, the school year's longer. Another is that affluent kids are all going off to coding camp and volunteering overseas and doing whatever else will make their applications look better for college. Whereas for poorer kids, there used to be a ton of federal summer job programs, and the funding for that is just gone. And then the final thing is it's been a tough job market for the last 15 years, and a lot of older people are working those jobs at McDonald's or elsewhere that used to be filled by teens because they need the money.
So what
are they doing?
What does that mean for the kids? I mean, are they just hanging out, languishing by the pool, or is it a worse picture than that? I'm guessing it's...
Well, no. I mean, I think the story is for affluent kids, they're all doing fun, interesting things that are costing their parents money instead of bringing money in. For poorer kids, I think it's more of an issue. They don't have enough to do. The one thing I will say is since 2011, though, there has been a rebound. The percentage of young people with jobs in July has gone up pretty sharply since 2011. That might just be a rebound from a really bad recession, but maybe we're finally seeing an end to this long decline.
So, but a lot of kids are out there working in maybe a volunteer sense. They're just, you're saying, not getting paid, you know, $9 an hour to stock shelves.
Correct. But the one thing is the biggest summer job employer for teenagers is the leisure and hospitality industry. That's everything from restaurants to summer camps to amusement parks. And there are a lot of jobs in those areas. They don't pay very well, but most of the sectors within leisure and hospitality have kept growing. So there's at least the opportunity there. And maybe we're finally going to see a bit of a turnaround, in part because there's been sort of this national freak out over the past 4 or 5 years about this big decline, because there is some evidence that having a job when you're in high school actually improves your future career prospects.
I think it does.
Clearly did for both of you.
Well,
can I just point out how good this chart looks? Because when you put a not seasonally adjusted line up against seasonally adjusted for something like a summer job, it looks like a slinky wrapped around a string.
It does, and nobody likes a national freak out like I do. Does the rise in minimum wage pay, all the companies out there, we've seen increased wages, you know, a lot due to political pressure. Is that one of the causes why there are less jobs out there for the summer?
Well, no, because this big minimum wage push has happened in the last 3 or 4 years, and teenage employment has gone up over the last 3 or 4 years. It might eventually, we'll see down the road, I think especially the test case in Los Angeles where the minimum wage is going up so much will probably provide a lot of evidence one way or the other. But that can't really be the explanation for what's happened since 2000.
All right, well, it's a real bummer then that the kids aren't getting paid for the kind of work they need to put in.
But I also think it's a real bummer that less and less kids are camp counselors, are sailing instructors, are waitresses and bartenders. I know everybody loves to have 17 internships.
They probably shouldn't be bartenders.
Maybe not a bartender. Well, you can if you're.
I guess depending on the state, right? I'm not sure.
But the amount of kids who have like 38 internships by the time they're 20, let me tell you, for me, some of the most important lessons I learned were sweating in a restaurant kitchen, getting the bill right, dealing with horrible customers, drunk guests.